Alright, so I just finished this What the Nurse Saw, and it's published just last year. I actually stole it from a church, the Gospel Lighthouse. I think that's the one across the street from the Home Depot in Las Vegas. One of the Home Depots. They just had it laying out, and you could just take it. They may not have intended for people to just grab it and run off with it, but I couldn't finish it there. It's so much. It's pretty thick. There's a lot to skip over, though. A lot of those biblical verses that I could just read in the Bible if I wanted to. She liked to quote them, so they were easy to skip. And a lot of the God reference, because this is a very religious-centric book, I could skip over a lot of those thoughts on the passages and stuff. All right, they were pretty frequent. A lot of the religious references, but they're pretty easy to skip. I appreciated it just to help me get through the book a little faster. She starts out talking about the abortion stuff, and it's changed my perception on abortion. I don't think it's right to kill a kid that can feel their arms and legs being ripped off, the partial birth, the partial abortion. That sounds wrong, but I mean, there's just so many animals that get ripped up to shreds, and for humans to make humans a higher priority over other animals. It still bothers me even after finishing this book. This lady has a lot of bias. She talked about her childhood in the second half, and then went back to abortion in the last quarter. But she talked about having a really messed up childhood, and I wonder if she couldn't be exaggerating a lot of it. Just talking about growing up with an alcoholic family, and then having to go into, then getting beaten and yelled at, and starving, only having a can of green beans to last her 3 days, and getting sexually abused, and then after growing up with her family, she tried to run away a couple of times and got caught mysteriously. She had all kinds of family problems, and yet she's not about having abortion. She still wants to see the people go through that difficulty, at least have a chance, because apparently any kid could become a super scientist in some way, or a rocket engineer. It's just you never know type of situation, according to her and her beliefs. Yeah, I guess you never know, but I mean, there's probability and possibility. She's arguing possibility. It's difficult. Somebody could be the next leader. She talks in the positive about saving babies' lives and that they could contribute positively, but what about the ones that contribute negatively? It's bias, and she's very biased and very, very, you'd call it just like an attention seeker, I think. She's just a queen, a drama queen. I would call her a drama queen. Just the life she lived. She married a guy that was similar to her dad, alcoholic and abusive, beat her and all that. Stayed with him for 5 years, and she talked a lot about the detail of that relationship, about how it was just back and forth, and the guy, her husband, was cheating on her, and she was too young apparently. She remembered this marriage the most because the subsequent 3 marriages afterward, she married one guy for a year. Nothing was really mentioned about him. She just said, we were bored, and then we separated. The third marriage was to a police officer of like 4 or 5 years too, And not much to say about that. Really, it had to do with just interaction with husband number one, and how husband number three helped her get through the further difficulties with husband number one, and then husband number four helped her publish her book, and allowed her to work at home or something. She's a drama queen. That's all I could say. Brenda Pratt Shafer, you're a drama queen. All right. She got her point across about what she saw in the abortion clinic, but she's really focusing on the drama of it all, the yelling and the screaming and just the redneck perspective. Pretty much is it's just amazing. But I mean, it's changed my opinion. I don't like the idea of human beings getting tortured like that.